Okay guys, so the moral of this story is that do not post nice things. The tax man will definitely come for you, especially if you are black. So Hamilton Ndlovu, we all know, the Gauteng businessman, Splashy Stance appears to have caught up with him after Revenue Services SARS reportedly froze his bank accounts and seized 3 of his luxury vehicles. So obviously he made the headlines in May after he posted a video boasting about buying a fleet of luxury vehicles worth more than 11 million rands. I'm playing the video for you guys just to remind you. It included 3 Porsches, a Jeep, a Lamborghini, and yeah, homeboy was just going all out, living his best life. He had done a deal and SARS is now on him, and ultimately they're looking into how he has accumulated his wealth and was also interested in knowing if the businessman was up to date on his tax payments. First of all, SARS, don't get up about how people accumulate their wealth. I didn't know you were the Special Investigative Unit. That's not your mandate. Your mandate ends insofar as tax matters are concerned. So if he hadn't declared his taxes, he hadn't been paying his taxes, he hasn't done his returns for that specific period, then that's a conversation to be had. But you can't be asking people, how do they accumulate their wealth? Marcus Worcester's still chilling. The Steinhoff guys are chilling right now. Marcus Worcester's chilling in Hermanus. He's having the time of his life, enjoying his wine with all his luxury vehicles and having oysters for breakfast and you name it. You haven't seized anything from him. Absolutely anything. But this black guy, you are on top of him. It's barely been 3 months and those cars are already gone. And honestly, it just shows, black people, you just don't want to see other black people do better. Like, I don't know what it is. And immediately if you see a black person doing well, there must be some form of shady behavior. And honestly, no. Edwin Sodi, right? We also saw who is involved in this whole asbestos tender. He was also having all his cars driven out, all his assets driven out. You'll see in this video that I'm playing for you right now, guys. And it's really, 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 really sad.
Yes, indeed. There are developments that are under serious investigation where it is alleged that the businessman went into the cells with money and he tried to do things that are illegal. And we are looking into those things and looking at adding more charges against him.
How did he take money into the cells with him? Doesn't that suggest a loophole in the security sector?
Look, some of the money was confiscated as he was coming in, as he was being booked in at the police station, but also, as I said, the investigation continuing in terms of if there was further access cash that he had inside the cells and how did he get those? How did he get that money?
Are people going to be disciplined? Because when a suspect is taken into custody, the standard procedure, as I would think, I don't know it, but I think you are stripped of everything that you have on you, including your cell phone. Did he even have a cell phone with him down those cells?
That's why I'm saying that there's an investigation which then will establish all those facts. But indeed, it seems as though that he did have access to some cell phones inside the cells. And those are the things that the investigating team is looking at, and with regard to the charges that I mentioned earlier.
And which arm of the law enforcement authority ought to be held responsible for these lapses?
You must remember, at some point it did come to the attention of law enforcement, so that investigation will then reveal exactly what happened. So it's too soon to say now who is responsible or liable for what happened. But once the investigation is done and charges are laid, it will be clear what happened and who is supposed to account for it.
And ultimately, yeah, I think we've just got a very long way to go. I'm not saying that what Edward Sodi has done is in any way justifiable, but honestly, the whole show and seizing his assets, white people are walking away, honestly, free of any liability, and no assets or anything of theirs has been seized. And it's just a real injustice, and it's really a hypocrisy, and yeah, it's just inconsistency, I guess, when it comes to the application of the law and the rule of law in South Africa. And it's just a serious, serious problem.